We spend our lives chasing light and forget the beauty of the dark. Every answer we gather glows for a moment, then fades like a shell pulled back into the sea. We call it learning, but sometimes it's only collecting mirrors. And when the tide returns to claim them, we feel naked and free. Because beneath every answer waits a question that never needed asking. From the moment we can speak, we name the stars and the wounds, as if naming could keep them from fading. We build towers of facts, fortresses of belief, and call that safety. But the mind's hunger for certainty is the very thing that starves the soul. The Buddha called this grasping thirst. Lao Tzu called it resistance to the way. Both pointed toward the same silence we keep talking over. Every thinker eventually meets the edge of reason, that luminous line where thought bows to mystery. Socrates stood there and whispered, "To know that you do not know." The mystics called it surrender. The poets called it love. And perhaps they were speaking of the same disappearance. There is a peace that comes when the mind unclenches its fist. You stop forcing meaning and begin tasting it. You stop chasing life and begin being carried by it. In that letting go, everything ordinary becomes holy. A breath, a glance, a raindrop tracing glass. Rumi danced in that rain. He said, "Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment." Because bewilderment is the beginning of wonder. You've noticed, perhaps, that the clearer you see, the less there is to say. The sages were never silent from emptiness. They were silent because words could no longer hold what they knew. Lao Tzu warned, "The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao." And yet, we keep trying to describe the taste of water while drinking it. Unknowing is not the absence of wisdom. It is wisdom before it learned its name. To live in unknowing is to walk barefoot on mystery, trusting ground you cannot see. When you stop demanding that life make sense, life begins to make itself known. And what relief to finally rest in a truth that asks for nothing in return. So let the questions drift like clouds across a boundless sky. You were never meant to capture the sky. You are the sky. The mind measures infinity. The heart simply breathes it. And in that breath, knowing and not knowing dissolve, like wave and ocean becoming one. This, the mystics whispered, is peace. Unknowing is the gift we feared as loss, the silence we mistook for absence. The void we fled from was only the doorway home. So here we end, not with an answer, but with an echo. Not with a conclusion, but a beginning without a question. Listen. Beneath the silence, the universe is still breathing your name.